I was once working at a fast food restaurant. Working there stopped me from eating from this place ever again. It's everyone's favorite spot to get burgers and fries, and it seems like no matter what people tell you, people still continue to eat because how cheap it is. But let's start with the customers. Always be nice to your servers, because I had a couple of coworkers that would take the burger meat, rub it onto the floor, and serve it to the customers that came off rude. The restaurant had mice, and if they found something, they got to it. There was a particular day where I accidentally left out the burger buns, and the mice, of course, got to them. On my way to toss them into the trash, my manager stops me and says, "We're low on stock for the burger buns. We need to keep those." And they were served to multiple families. There's way more dangerous things that went down, but if you guys want me to disclose everyone's favorite restaurant, let me know down below if I should make a part 2 of the most disgusting fast food restaurant I've ever worked for. And here's a couple of things I think you should know. The hiring process is super easy. You literally just gotta be 16. Okay, so back to the food. When it came to preparing food, the guys in the back that would prepare the food would never change their gloves. They would go from touching doors, cleaning things, to back to preparing food again. I'm pretty sure most of the food they made was contaminated. Our manager was the worst. She loved the food they had and sometimes would pick up a batch of fries with her bare hands and would just eat as she worked. Half the time when she got done with counting money, she wouldn't wash her hands neither. And y'all know how dirty money is. Now exposing the restaurant. I said if you guys comment down below, I might just tell you guys what fast food restaurant it was. But if this TikTok blows up, I do not want to get sued. Just know they make burger fries and they're the most popular fast food restaurant in the world.
Have you guys played the game 7 Up? You know that one game with the thumbs up? We would always play this game in elementary school and I would always cheat. This one time we were playing and someone put my thumbs down and I saw their shoes. What are those? I then picked the same kid with the shoes and he got mad.
You cheated! I saw you!
Jorge, tell me the truth.
No!
Whatever. I would then be on a 6 or 7 game round streak and the teacher knew something was up. So guess what happened? I was sent to the back of the class where I read the Polar Express. They just weren't good enough for your boy. So what was the latest that you've ever been to school? Because there's this fine line where if you're too late, you just don't go anymore. For me, that was 11:30. Once it was lunchtime and I'm still not in school, I just wouldn't go anymore. Like this one time freshman year, I had a doctor's appointment and we didn't leave the clinic until 12. So I figured, wait, why go to school? The day's halfway done. I get home at 1:30 and I'm playing on my Switch. You know the moves. I then get a text from a classmate. Hey man, where are you? Oh, I'm home. Are we gonna present today? I forgot I had a presentation that day. School ends at 3 and you just see me walking in at 2. I tried checking in at the office, but the staff have so many questions and are trying not to laugh. Don't you see the time? It's the weekend. They had me sit down and were calling the principal, and at that point, it was 2:40. You know what? I'll just leave. Happy Friday, guys.
My best friend robbed me. Story time. So I used to be best friends with this girl who we're gonna name Leanna. And I was always helping her out, especially financially. Like, I would give her money for groceries, bills, food, whatever she needed, I would do it because we were best friends. And like, I got you, girl. Well, this one time she asked me for money to get her car fixed, and I honestly didn't have it, so I had to tell her no. And she did not like that. And she called me a bad friend, said I was unreliable, like she did the most. So to shut her up, I gave her my credit card and it was like, here, use my credit card, but you're gonna have to pay me back because it was like $400 to get her car fixed. Well, y'all, she goes to get her car fixed and a couple of hours go by. I start getting all these random charges from like Sephora, Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret. This girl spent over $1,000 on my credit card to go on a shopping spree. So I called the police on her.
I swear teachers have favorites. Here's another story time that happened to me in Spanish. Me and my friends were just minding our own business, doing the work assigned to us, and then my friend starts kicking her metal water bottle. And our Spanish teacher screams at us to stop the noise, and it's like heard across the room. The whole class goes silent. So the teacher looks me dead in the eyes, calls out my name, and says, "Are you the one kicking the water bottle?" I was like, "No, I don't even have a water bottle." Then she rolls her eyes and looks under the table. She sees my friend doing it and then smiles and says, "Oh, silly you were the one doing it." Her face completely changed from looking like she was gonna murder us to an innocent, sweet smile.
One of my most embarrassing moments in middle school. When I was in middle school, I went to a really old building, like ancient. I'm talking like this was the old high school, and it was so old that they built a new high school and then just decided to send all the middle schoolers there. And for whatever reason, whoever decided to build this school put this big, huge, steep staircase right by the gym, and every day I had to go down this staircase to go to gym. I think you know where this is going. So I'm walking to gym class, and I trip. Not on like the bottom of the staircase, but at the very top, and I tumble all the way down the 25 steps on this staircase. And to make matters worse, I tripped in front of my boyfriend at the time, and he just like got to the bottom of the stairs and laughed in my face. Now, of course, in that moment, I just wanted to perish. I survived, but needless to say, my boyfriend and I broke up the next day.
Okay, so story time. So basically one time in 5th grade, my dad took me to get breakfast from Dunkin' Donuts. We went there before school like always, and as we were there, this strange man outside was staring at me and like making faces. Super creepy. We didn't know him or anything, so we walked inside and I was kind of freaked out. I told my dad that I was creeped out by him, and he told me that nothing bad was gonna happen. Or so he thought. So we got our foods and we ate it. Everything was fine, you know, chill. After we were done, we got up to leave. The man was gone by now, so I felt better. But then on the way to my school, I saw him walking on the sidewalk. Like, I figured he was going to his house or like somewhere else. When we got to my school, no one was outside. It was kind of weird. We went to open the door because my dad was a part of the PTA, so he came in with me. The door for some reason was locked. My music teacher out of nowhere ran out and brought us inside quickly. She told us that our whole school was on code red. Scary. And that a man was in our school, so we went inside and I went and hid in the music room. Like for part 2. Okay, so part 2. So I went and hid in the music room. Dad was in the PTA room, which was close by. Literally started crying because I was so scared and they weren't telling us anything because we were too young. I guess they didn't want to scare us. That didn't work. Once the code red was over, about 30 minutes later, we went to class. I went to go find my dad and make sure he was okay and see if he knew anything, and he didn't. When I got in my classroom, we were all talking about it, and my teacher said that the man just walked in and told them he was looking for one of his teachers from like 15 years back. Huh? They gave us a description of the man, and I realized it was the same man from Dunkin' Donuts. He just walked in my school. I was freaked out because I saw him at Dunkin' Donuts before school started, and I hoped I never saw him again. But a few weeks later, I saw him again multiple times at the same Dunkin' Donuts. He literally just stared at me all the time. So yeah, that's my little story.
The time I accidentally hurt one of my friends. When I was younger, we used to go to a babysitter after school. She used to let my older brother and all of his friends go outside and play, but I was too little, so I'd stayed inside. And I was so jealous. I just wanted to go outside and play with the big kids. Finally, the day arrived. She was gonna let me play outside with all of the older kids on the playground. She had one of those, like, jungle gym swing set type wooden deals, and I was playing on the top tower. So while I'm playing on the tower, I find this small chunk of wood about, like, this big. It didn't need to be up there, so I threw it behind my head and forgot about it. That is until I heard the screaming 2 seconds later. The block had flown over the top of the tower and right into my friend's face. Into his lip, precisely? Yeah, I split his lip with a block of wood. Sorry, Joey. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to play outside with the big kids anymore. Moral of the story is, don't throw that block of wood that's sitting on top of the playground because you're gonna hit your friend in the face and split their lip. Okay, bye.
Story time. In my old school, I was in a friend group of 5 girls, including me. Annie, Camila, Jenna, and Emily. We were all like best friends and always had sleepovers on Fridays or on the weekend. But Camila always said that she couldn't make it because she had soccer practice. We all said, it's okay, you'll come next time, even though she never came, and we never thought anything about it. Until one Wednesday afternoon at lunch when Emily went to the bathroom. We were all like, oh my god, we should totally throw her a slumber party for her birthday next week Friday. And everybody said yes, of course, and we all started planning it. But of course, Camila said, sorry, I have soccer practice, I can't make it. And me, as a straightforward person I am, said, you really can't miss one soccer practice for your best friend's birthday party? She of course felt really bad and said, okay, fine, I'll go. We were all super happy, but that was obviously a really bad idea. Part 2 of my last story time. So the day comes of Emily's birthday and we go to her house and we set up all the decorations, the piñata, the cake, all the arts and crafts, all the activities and everything. And when we arrive, like, we surprise her and we do all the activities, we eat cake, we do the piñata, we eat a bunch of stuff, and then it starts getting pretty late.
So we decide, oh my god, let's go upstairs and like watch scary movies and tell scary stories, and let's bring all the candy. So we went upstairs with like all the candy, like a bunch of candy, and we all set up our like movie spot, and we start watching scary movies and telling scary stories. Everybody gets pretty tired, and we're all like, yeah, I'm going to bed. Yeah, me too. But for some reason, Camila was like, no guys, come on, let's pull an all-nighter. Everybody was pretty tired, but apparently Camila was not. Annie and Emily decide, let's try to pull an all-nighter, but everybody else went to bed. But that night, something very scary happened. Part 3 of the Camila story time. In the middle of the night, I hear a noise, so I decide to get up because I had to go to the bathroom anyways. I see that a bucket of Twizzlers were tipped over. I thought, oh, maybe someone else also had to go to the bathroom. Let me go look for them. And while I'm leaving the room, I see that Camila is the only one who's not in her sleeping bag. I go to the nearest bathroom and I check if anyone's in there, and there's no one in there. I really had to go to the bathroom, so I got inside and I did my business, and while I was doing my business, I heard a door slam. After I finished doing my business, I got up and I started looking for Camila in all the bathrooms because Emily's house was really, really big. I go look around in the other bathrooms and there's no one in them. So I decide to look in some of the bedrooms, but there was still no one in there. I decide to go back upstairs and wake up Annie, Emily, and Jenna. We all start searching the house, but we can't find Camila anywhere. At this moment, we were all scared that she had gotten kidnapped. Then we go into Camila's parents' bedroom and we see that the dad isn't in his bed. Part 4 coming soon. Last and final part of the Camila story time. So when we went into Emily's parents' bedroom, not Camila's, sorry about the confusion on my last video, we see that Emily's dad wasn't there, and we start thinking that Emily's dad kidnapped Camila. Emily was bawling her eyes out. We were all super scared, and I had never been this scared in my entire life. Emily's dad was like a second dad to me, so I was super scared that I had been hanging around a kidnapper my entire life. Emily's mom woke up and said what's going on, and we tell her this whole story, and she's like, girls, calm down, Camila went home. We were all like, wait, what? And she was like, go get some rest, I'll tell you tomorrow at breakfast. At breakfast, Emily's dad was back. He explained to us that Camila was scared of the dark and scared of sleeping at other people's houses. And she probably dropped the bucket of Twizzlers when she was getting up to go tell Emily's parents that she wanted to go home. Camila's fine now and everything's okay. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support on my videos.